welcome on board the German frigate Hessen, one of the most advanced naval vessels to have patrolled Lebanon's coastal waters as part of UNIFIL's Maritime Task Force.
The Hessen is 145 meters long, 60 meters wide, maximum height is 35 meters above the waterline. And we can reach a maximum speed of almost 50 kilometers per hour. And she provides the living space for 255 men and women on board. And that's actually what's important here. She's not just a chunk of metal, but the living and working environment for the whole crew, which defines such a ship.
I'm a soldier for 16 years now, and I have been at sea for the last 13 years.
For me, this has been the longest away at sea. We have now been almost 5.5 months on board.
We do have some contacts with the people, and we know why we are here.
You know that you aren't doing this for nothing, and that it's all for a good cause.
Here we are in the Combat Information Center. This is the brain of the ship. From here we coordinate the various ship sensors, and should it ever become necessary, we will coordinate the use of our weapon systems.
The main task of this frigate is the surveillance of the sea and the airspace.
This is where we establish the recognized air picture. The frigate Hessen reports directly to UNIFIL's Force Command on all airspace activity. Radar systems are controlled here, and finally, once a day, a complete picture of airspace activity is relayed to UNIFIL HQ in Akura.
This is our main surveillance radar. It's called SMART. It monitors the sea and airspace.
On this side, the sea is kept under surveillance. It is decided here which commercial vessel will be hailed, and finally the results of the hailings will be transmitted to the commander of the Maritime Task Force.
That is our multifunctional radar. It tasks us surveillance, target pursuit and weapon guidance, should we ever need to engage targets.
The Hessen is the most modern and advanced ship of the German Navy. Launched in 2006, she's in capability and size comparable to a destroyer.
This
This is for me, as the commander of this frigate, the most important place on board, the bridge. From here we helm and control this ship, our small town, the Hessen. From here we also visually monitor the sea and give the necessary commands to the rest of the ship.
I'm the second navigation officer responsible primarily for the navigation of the ship. I helm the vessel from this place here, and for that I have a large support team that carries out my orders to sail the ship to wherever I want to go. Everything is coordinated by the operation center below. If they have specific instructions, I navigate accordingly. But in principle, I'm without restrictions up here and take the ship in the direction I see necessary at any given time.
UNIFIL's Maritime Task Force is the first naval task force that has ever taken part in a UN peacekeeping mission. The deployment of the Maritime Task Force, on the request of the Lebanese government, enabled the patrolling of the country's 200 kilometers of coastline, thus helping to prevent the unauthorized entry of illegal arms or related material by sea into Lebanon.
We are in the technical control center, the heart of the ship. All technical aspects of the ship are monitored and controlled from here. The three main departments are electrical systems, ship propulsion and general operating system. The frigate Hessen is equipped with 2 engines, 20 cylinders each, as well as a gas turbine here. At this moment, we are running off the left engine, the port side engine, at a speed of approximately 30 knots.
This is our engine room. We have 2 diesel engines, 20 cylinders each, and at this moment we are powering the ship with this engine.
The Hessen's 2 diesel engines work independently of each other. Should one break down, the ship continues to operate on its second engine as long as there is sufficient fuel. But to really keep this ship going, one, first and foremost, needs a well-fed crew.
Let me give you an overview of the galley. Here, for example, is our cooking area where we are currently making gravy. Today it's a mushroom cream sauce. And here we are at the grilling station, where seaman Flöter is just grilling drumsticks for 240 persons. In addition to all of this, one has of course to pay attention to keep the galley clean, which today is the job of my colleague here. Here we are making potato croquettes. There are about 2,000 pieces in total. Each person gets 5 croquettes. That's of course an incredible number. We are working here in a very confined space. 8 of us here in this galley, and we cook every day for 240 persons.
The Hessen works together with the other ships of the UNIFILs Maritime Task Force to implement UN Resolution 1701. The main focus of our operation is to prevent arms smuggling into Lebanon. To achieve this, we monitor the sea, control all ships entering Lebanese waters in cooperation with Lebanese authorities to prevent the weapons smuggling. The second major focus of our operation is the capacity building of the Lebanese Navy, because the ultimate aim is to enable Lebanon to eventually assume these responsibilities so that the MTF can successfully conclude its mission.
Germany has led UNIFIL's Maritime Task Force for 14 months, since its inception on the 15th of October 2006. On the 29th of February 2008, Germany handed over the command of the Maritime Task Force to Euromarfor, a European naval force made up of French, Italian, Portuguese and Spanish ships. But the German Navy remained in the service of UNIFIL and Lebanon and continues to do so today.
We don't really have enough room to move around on the ship. On land you can play football, squash, tennis, but on board we don't have those possibilities. So having to stay fit as a soldier, we use this gym.
Okay, this is one of the helicopters. It's originally designed for hunting submarines in the Northern Sea, but in this particular mission, we just use them to extend the radar range of the ship by flying reconnaissance missions. This is the first of our 2 helicopters on board here, and we named him Richie. So this is our second helicopter, Hemi. And I would actually like this one better because we have 2 things on this helicopter the other one doesn't have. The first one is a forward-looking infrared sensor, you can see here on the nose. And for the second reason, we got a newer main rotor head on top of the aircraft, which makes it fly faster and more fun to fly.
We are 4 pilots on board and we fly this helicopter, which is of course a lot of fun. But on the other hand, we are away from our families and are here a little over 2 months, and right now I'm looking forward to going back home to my family.
It is not easy to accurately convey what life is really like on such a ship. Our video crew spent only 6 hours on this frigate, but these young women and men spent 6 months of their lives on this vessel, far out at sea, isolated from the rest of the world, yet bonded together by strong ties of friendship and professionalism while performing their duty on this peacekeeping mission.
It's ultimately the crew that transforms this piece of metal into a living vessel. A ship that can successfully carry out its assignments and for 6 months becomes a home for the entire family, even if we are far away from home.